The action star Jason Statham is back on the water with this film, Meg 2. Now, is this a shark film worthy of your time and attention, or did they just take another bite out of our wallet? Come find out. Welcome to Cine Here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray, and today I am reviewing Meg 2: The Trenches, directed by Ben Wheatley, starring Jason Statham and Wu Jing. This film is about Jonas Taylor, played by Jason Statham, back with his team to go deeper into the ocean and figure out what is going on underneath the trenches. And they run into an illegal research team that is mining minerals. And from there, we get into this film. The action in this film is good. I think Jason Statham is a master at giving you solid action performances. Even in some of his worst films, I still think that he was the standout in all of those films for being either okay or good or great. And in this film, I really do believe that he did a good job of holding this film together. And I like how Ben Wheatley and the writers took us on multiple different steps in this film. At one point, it was giving me 47 meters deep vibes. And another point, it was giving me Jaw vibes. And another point, it was giving me like Pacific Rim vibes. Like, I feel like it was a little bit of everything in this film. And that is one of the things that I enjoyed. I feel like the pacing was great. And I feel like at any moment, the tension was at a high level. Because I felt like anything could happen in this film and nobody was safe. But with it having such high predictability, you can also see who will survive in this film, right? Because we just know what's coming. If you know anything about films, and if you watch a lot of films like myself, or if you review films or are a critic, you can kind of see what's coming. Nothing at no point really like, oh man, or shocked you in any way, right? Like, it all was in your face the entire time. Films like this always give me a tough time to give an accurate grade, because on one hand, I feel like this film does a good job of giving you good action and keeping you involved in the film. And on the other hand, you get the story that is not really that good. You get a lot of predictability going on as well. And you also get very little to any solid dialogue. So how do you rate a film where two ends of the spectrum are so far apart? That is the tough job that I have, but let me talk more about this film before I actually give you my final thoughts. As predictable as this film was, you know what's not predictable? You hitting that like button. So make sure that you hit it if you are enjoying this review so far. But with their budget only being around $125 million, I can say that they actually did a lot with the budget. The CGI in this film wasn't that bad, especially with the budget being, I know I was about to say as low as it is, even though that sounds crazy, but as low as it is, you would think that some of it would have suffered. They give you a really good scene at the beginning of the film to kind of set up the difference in the megalodon, shark, and other predators of the past. And I like how they gave us that right before they got into the film to kind of give you the scope of what is actually going to happen and how big these predators are. I enjoyed the way that they built up tension dealing with these big predators. Yes, we do get a lot of those, yeah, this could never happen vibes, but you have to suspend your disbelief when you are watching films like this. And I think, again, Jason Statham does this well because he makes you believe his character. He actually does a good job acting as well. Even though it's the same old, it still is a good enough job to pass. Being that this film is so predictable, the subplot of this film falls flat on its face. It was like, okay, we get it. Yes, we've seen this before. Yeah, I know this person. Yeah, I know. We know who did it. We know what happened and we know how it happened. So just get us past that so we can get back to the original plot of this film. That is also, again, really just action centric. Let me make this review short and sweet because this film did not give me a lot to work with. Yes, I do believe that this film is an action film that needs a sequel. I can say that. I do not mind seeing more of the Meg, right? But they need to sharpen up in every other way outside of just giving us action. With that being said, I will have to give this film a 7 out of 10. I do believe that this has the enjoyment factor at a high level, and that is why I gave it such a high grade, being that everything else really wasn't solid. I can definitely see critics killing this film because critics do not care about having fun in the theater. Critics do not care about letting a movie just be a popcorn film, and they're going to kill it when it does not have every piece that it needs to make an experience that everyone will enjoy. But I do believe if you like Jason Statham, if you enjoyed the first movie, this is something that's definitely worth seeing. But if not, you can definitely wait until it hits your streaming services. If you enjoyed this review, make sure that you give it a like. And if you want to see more of me, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And do not let the conversation end here. Jump in those comments so we can talk about this film and others. And don't forget, you've seen it here.